Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my predictions of the next death battle. Now the next death battle is going to be between Cole MacGrath from Infamous versus Alex Mercer from Prototype. So we're going to go over their powers individually and then see how I think they would go against each other. So one of the big things in Infamous is the main character Cole. He has the ability of electrokinesis. He basically can manipulate electricity. He's able to use, I'm sorry, um, a primary single blast, which is his alpha bolt. He can blast three at the same time, calling it a pincer bolt, and then a longer and stronger bolt, a magnum bolt, and also the ability to blast a bolt that has the furthest range, which is the artillery bolt, basically shooting electric bolts at his opponents. He uses his electricity to amp up his hand-to-hand combat skills, which normally takes out his human opponents rather easily. He can, car jump. Um, he has a lightning tether. Um, al- he's allowed to attach to it because of electricity. Um, he has a shock grenade, magnetism. Sorry. Cole is able to use a form of telekinesis, such as the ability to lift metallic object through the use of his powers and able to throw them at his opponents. He at one point had the ability to create lightning storms. It's unclear if he's still able to do so. He also has the ability to absorb energy, which he's able to basically shoot it out. He also has the ability to have unlimited energy for, I believe, 30 seconds. And all of this, he's physically strong. He's great reflexes. One of the biggest things, though, is he also has the ability to switch powers, which I don't know if this will happen in this because he would have either ice powers or fire powers. And even though he could do a lot with them, it's unclear if he'd be allowed to use it because he'd need the other person there to switch powers. But that being said, I cannot, I'm not going to throw it out there and say it can't exist. Um, and one of the big things is he can't use his fire and his ice at the same time. However, he can, to my knowledge, use his electrical abilities as well. He needs a battery source at all times. It can be a building, it could be anything that has energy. He can then eliminate his opponents rather easily. Like I said, physically strong. He's been able to take out a bridge, which I find very interesting. So all that combined, um, those are his powers. Now, like I said, one of his biggest weaknesses happens to be the fact that he needs energy. The more energy he, uses, the weaker he becomes, and because of that, he won't have anywhere to like drain the energy from, and because of that, will make him weaker. So as long as he's near a decent power source that has, energy to spare or energy that can be replenished, he will be able to fight on indefinitely. Now, for Alex Mercer, now he is a person who was basically he was infected by the blacklight virus, which apparently converted into Mercer's body was converted into living biomass that carried the same virus, very consciousness, where it believed itself to be a real Mercer until discovering the truth. Um, where he's still alive and even in control of his converted body, thanks to his resilient DNA. So apparently he has near limitless potential. Basically, as long as there is organic material around him, he can pretty much do anything and be able to live through anything. So he has shape-shifting abilities. He can make blades, whip fists, hammer fists. He can actually change his body, which I find interesting. He consumes. He can absorb the biomass and DNA of essential or its essence, sorry, of another entity, copying and assimilating it into his own in order to gain the entity's genetic memories, power, skills, and presence. Because of this, he has superhuman speed, agility. He has superhuman strength, superhuman endurance, and a healing factor. He has elemental resistance. Apparently, he can resist fire and electricity. Electricity can lock his body up, and fire does little damage now. He has superhuman senses. He has thermal vision. He has infected vision, which apparently allows him to see his virus everywhere. He has potentially limitless super strength, durability, and leaping ability. Now, the reason why that's being said is because the more biomass that he consumes, or organic DNA, I guess the best way to put it, the stronger he becomes. And to that point, the more he does, basically, the more powerful he becomes. And he's also a great adapter. Apparently, he's constantly evolved based on the situation and the information presented in his consumed, sorry, biomass. And he's an indomitable will. Apparently, he's shown to have incredible willpower, able to resist hive mind abilities and people going inside his mind. He has basically the biggest thing here is his weaknesses happens to be the fact that around, um, if he's not around organic DNA for too long, he will eventually be drained of his power and become weaker. Um, it's one of his things. But isn't there always organic life around? So this is a tough one. So it's basically going to come down to whose battery source goes out first. Is it going to be the electricity, or is it going to be the organic material? And I'm gonna go with this one's a tough one because I think both are very powerful, and I'm not going to argue that. But I think Alex Mercer is physically stronger, faster, and has more of many different ways to eliminate his opponent. Where Cole, it seems like he's only going to stun Alex. Now, that does not mean he can't do a lot of damage to him and everything else, but I think even with that, like his biggest ability is his electricity, and that would do little against Alex. Now, the two with their blades and everything else bouncing off each other, it's unclear if his lightning blades will be able to stop a physical blade. So I am gonna go with Alex Mercer as the winner of this death battle because of the variety that he's able to do, meaning like all the creatures he absorbs, he also takes on their abilities as well. So he getting even a little bit of coal into him, he will actually be able to be more powerful than Cole. So because of that, I'm going to go with Cole as I mean I'm sorry, I'm going to go with Alex Mercer as the winner of this death battle because of all of that. Let me know who you think is going to win this death battle in the comments below. Who do you think and why? Love hearing from you guys. And as always, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a great night.